Ever since I was little, I've always loved drawing and painting, so today I would like to demonstrate how to use watercolor and create a texture with plastic wrap. The materials to use watercolor are your watercolor paper, paints, paint brushes, masking tape, plastic wrap, palette, and a cup of water. Alright, so our first step to watercoloring is setting up our workstation. To set up your workstation, it's very important to put masking tape on either side of the paper that you are using. Now, we're going to place the paper onto the table and press the tape down. The reason why we tape our paper is so when we start watercoloring and adding our water, the paper doesn't warp. We'd like to stay nice and flat. Alright, our next step is setting up our palette. You can use something disposable, like a paper plate, or something not disposable. Either one is fine. Today, I'm going to use a paper plate, that way we can throw it away when we're done. So I'm going to pick any colors that I like out of my watercolors. Today, I picked a blue, teal, and a green. And I'm going to add a dab of each to my palette. Okay, now that my palette is ready, we're ready to start painting. So the first step in adding watercolor is to wet your paper. You're going to take your cup of water and the largest brush you have and add water to your brush. Now you're going to try your best to cover the entire piece of paper with water with no dry spots left. If there are dry spots, it's okay. It'll just create a different effect. Alright. Now that our whole paper is wet, we're going to start adding our color. Okay? We're going to add more water to our brush and take the color from our palette and put it on our paper. The more water we add to the brush, the more transparent our color is going to be. The less water you add, the less transparent the color is going to be. Now, once your paper is completely covered in paint, you're ready to move on. Our next step is to add the plastic wrap. You're going to take a sheet of plastic wrap that's about the size of your paper. A little bit larger would be good. And you're going to crumple it up into a ball. The ball is going to create the crinkles and the creases in the plastic wrap that make the texture. Alright, when you're ready to unravel your ball, you need to make sure you leave the creases in the plastic wrap. Don't stretch out the creases. Next, you're going to put your plastic wrap on your painting and press it down. If you want to, you can crumple it up a little more to add more creases. Your plastic wrap is going to stay on your paper while it dries. You're going to leave it there the whole time. So our last step while we're waiting for our paper to dry is to clean up our workstation. In cleaning up your workstation, it's very important to wash your brushes. Any paint that's left over is going to be hard and your brush won't be able to be used anymore. After cleaning your brushes, you need to either throw away your palette or wash it if it wasn't disposable. Right, now that we've cleaned up our workstation, we can take the plastic off and see what our final product looks like. Your final product is going to be covered in paint. It's going to have nice white creases from where your plastic wrap was and a nice white border from your masking tape. So now that you've learned how to watercolor, you can go home and do this on your own. I hope you had fun learning today. Thank you. Push the button.